All right, friends. So we've been online for a long time now, and it occurs to me that online can be kind of a dangerous place for a lot of people. And so today we're going to start talking about something a little bit different. No more baseball. Good news for some people, sad news for others. I understand it seems to be more divisive than I thought it was 4 weeks ago. Um, but we're going to start talking about trust today, and we're going to be talking about trust for the next few weeks. And what we're really talking about when we talk about trust is the way that God takes care of us and the way that we can put our faith in God each and every day. Now, I talked about being online, and online seems like a place where we're not really able to trust people like we would like to all the time. And so I want to give you some tips for how Google tells you to set up your passwords. Some of us might not have thought about it before. Some of us might still be using the password1. And so here's some steps by Google to protect your password. Here's some tips. Include punctuation marks and or numbers. You might have to do that at the bank already. Mix capital and lowercase letters. Include similar looking substitutions such as the number 0 for an O or a $sign for the letter S. You can make sure to avoid reusing passwords for a whole bunch of different accounts. You can make sure to not use a password that is listed as an example to pick a good password. Don't use a password that has a bunch of personal information, like your address. Don't repeat too many characters, like 11. Don't use keyboard patterns like QWERTY, QWERTY, or ASDF, or 1234, or anything like that people can just put down. And finally, never share your passwords with other people. And this includes your roommates. This includes your best friends. This includes your parents if you have any. This is from Google now. They're telling me what to say here. Don't share it with your parents. I guess your dog's okay because it can't talk. Don't write your passwords down anywhere that is unsafe. Don't send your passwords by email. Periodically, test your current password and change it to a new one. Look at what your passwords are and just make sure it's as secure as possible, because the internet is a place that's not always safe, like we've said before. And if you've ever had somebody hack your Facebook page or hack your personal page, it can be extremely frustrating, and then you have to go apologize to everybody who got an inappropriate email, and we just don't want that happening. And so today, just public service announcement style of devotional, we're talking about passwords and thinking about passwords. Now, sometimes I said don't share that password with anybody. Make sure it's extremely safe. Make sure nobody can get to it. And that feels like the same with a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we aren't comfortable sharing with other people, and that we're not ready to share with other people unless we're ready to be extremely vulnerable, and we're ready to trust certain people, such as a spouse, such as a close brother or sister, such as somebody who's really, really close to you, a best friend. Sometimes we're just not comfortable sharing information with anybody. And when we're not comfortable sharing information with anybody, we're called as Christians to remember that we can share it with God. We can always be vulnerable with God, because here's the deal: God knows it all anyway. And so we are called to be able to be people who share our intimate details, our intimate secrets, our needs, our wants, our hopes, our wishes, our desires with God. Here's what King David says about all of this. For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. He is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my salvation and my glory. My righty rock, my refuge is God. Trust in him at all times. O people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. You know, that's really what it comes down to. In God we find safety. In God we find comfort. In God we find one who we know is faithful and who will always be there for us. Some days it doesn't feel like anything's going our way. And yet we know that God hears us when we call out. God watches over us, and God will make sure that what we share with God is safe. As we go through the next few weeks, I invite you to think about the ways in which we are called to trust God, not just in this way, but in many others. This has been our devotional today. Go in peace.